How would you navigate your partner getting defensive because of your tone? So this person is saying that they're reacting to the tone. So basically what that is that they're being triggered by your tone of voice or the volume of your voice. And when you use your Sunday school teacher voice, they're happy because you're nice, but still don't listen. So first and foremost, addressing the trigger first. This is a two-person problem, okay? Number one, your partner can request anything of you. Great. You don't have to actually listen. Doesn't seem like he's listening, but it would be loving of you to understand that when you approach them in a certain way, they can't hear you because their nervous system starts to ramp up. When we talk about a trigger, what's happening in the brain is that the emotional part of the brain is dumping a bunch of hormones in their body to put them into fight, flight, fawn, or freeze. They're one of the 4 survival skills. And what that does is that floods the brain with the emotion. So their logical brain can't function. The emotional part of the brain and the logical part of the brain don't play well together. And so when their emotion ramps up because maybe they were yelled at as a kid, so that there's a trauma response to the yelling. My ex-husband yelled at me a lot, so I tend to shut down when it comes to people yelling and raising their voice at me, so I just don't fucking deal with those people. But you can respect the fact that that creates a nervous system and a chemical mix in their body where they can't hear you. They can't communicate well. It puts them back into childhood stuff, okay? So you can be respectful and honor the request. And their work to do is not hand off the responsibility of their nervous system regulation to their partner. It's called a codependency. It never works. It creates really dysfunctional relationships. So their work is to then go do the healing and trauma work so that that is not a trigger for them. So you're both working together to make sure that what really is at the root of the problem is discussed and is solved for, that you guys come together as partners to solve for relationship problems. Because if we don't, then why are we in a relationship? What the fuck are we doing, right? Second to this is the accountability piece, okay? So you are doing your part in trying to honor the fact that they have this trigger by adjusting your delivery. That is within your responsibility, is your delivery, and you're a way to effectively communicate and advocate for yourself. Cool beans, love that for you. Their responsibility is to listen, right? That you've done your part and you're trying to communicate a problem, and for them to listen in and to hear what you're saying, and you guys work together to problem solve. It is not now dismissing what the actual problem is. That is avoidance. That's actually a completely different, essentially a trauma response. But if your partner doesn't want to hear that there's a problem in the relationship, then they don't get to be in a relationship. That's cool. If they want to be in a relationship, then they actually have to do the things that are required to be in a relationship. They get to choose. You get to set the boundaries in place of, you're either going to listen to me, or I don't know how much longer this is going to continue. I can't be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't hear me, who doesn't understand that what they're doing is hurting me or is having an impact on me, or who isn't considering me. And I want to believe that you want to be in this relationship and that you care about me and you love me. So let's work together to find a solution that works for both of us, rather than me constantly having the same conversation and doing the work of trying to try different ways for you to hear me. If you're unwilling to hear me and you have no desire to hear me, then I don't know what we're doing here. It's a harder conversation to have, but that's really what's at play. What's at play here is that you actually desire connection with them, and they are saying they don't want that connection by their behavior. Behavior is a language. What's the behavior saying? I'm not saying you have to end it, but it's having that line in the sand conversation of, we're not going to keep going in this cycle. We're going to stop the cycle. Okay? There is a problem in our relationship. I've tried to communicate it every way I know how. So now we both need to come together and figure out how we're going to get out of this, because I'm not going to continue to participate in the cycle anymore. It's going to drive me crazy. It's affecting my health. I can't sleep. I'm anxious all the time. Like, this is not functional. And if we can't figure this out, then we need to go find people who we can figure a relationship out with. I don't want that, but I also don't want what we have. Let me know how it goes.